let's pull this video up real fast.
Awesome.
So here's this girl, right? She makes this video, and this video perfectly personifies female entitlement in today's day and age. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Here we go.
So I live in the Bronx. As you can tell. So make me famous so that I can escape this, you know? Do it. So I live in the Bronx.
So if a dude did this shit, we would laugh at him and say, what the fuck, get the fuck out of here, right?
Facts.
But like this girl made this video saying, get me out of here, blah, blah, smiles at the camera. And the only reason she has the gall to do this is because she understands that women have an invisible privilege where they can kind of double dip. They can be, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a boss bitch on one hand, but at the other side, they could also play victim and say, I'm vulnerable and give me money and whatever. So they're able to kind of do both things at the same time. And I'm here to say, look, if women want to behave like men, that's fine, but I'm not going to treat you like a lady anymore. You know, and I don't think any guy should. I think if women want to go ahead and chase their career and be, you know, live life, fine. But I don't think you guys qualify for certain types of relationships. Like, you can't sit there and say, I want a traditional man when you're not a traditional woman.
Facts.
It's not fair for us.
It's not.
Like, it's crazy to me. Like, oh, I want a man who's going to take care of me and protect and provide for me. But it's like, well, you can't even protect your fucking from being real.
Well, that's why you communicate, and that's why you try to find the right person. Like, there's all people.
Communication doesn't work because you guys lie.
Oh wow.
We asked your body count before, you lied about it.
Yeah. This is a podcast. Like, obviously, like.
That's not obvious.
What does that mean? I'm not saying like my entire life.
You lied to the guys
details.
that try to like talk to you. You tell you're a virgin to get more money out of them.
And I'm getting money.
That's why communication with y'all.
I'm not gonna lie to my boyfriend.
Boyfriends?
Wait a minute.
Boyfriend.
No, you said
actually, no, I have a couple right now.
Okay. See, here's the thing. Here's another ugly reality about women, right? Everything about you guys is deception. We don't know when you're on your period. We don't know if you guys are interested. You guys wear makeup. You wear heels. You wear waist trainers. You get, deceptive surgery to change the way that you look. You wear weave. You wear filters. You wear all the types of shit. Eyelash extensions, nails. Everything about the female mystique is kind of a lie. And you guys aren't honest a lot of times. When we talk to you guys conceal a lot of things. So what I'm here to say is that, like, women just lie, man. Y'all lie more than we do.
But it's always been that way, even in traditional times. So I don't.
Sorry.
But at least we knew that back then in the day, she had a father that probably held her to some kind of standard, and she wouldn't be a 304 when we got her. You know, but nowadays, since most women don't have dads,
304s were like queens. Like we already like literally there's always like those, what is it called when you have like
concubines?
Exactly.
So you can see.
They were still hoes, though.
You know,
no one
like
respects hoes.
it's
always been.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but anyway, you can see if we did the eyelashes and the boobies and all the the surgeries.
Yeah.
But us, we can date for I don't know how long, and then you take your pants off and you can have like this little thing, so at least you can see us with the boobie and everything.
So you're shaming niggas now?
No, she's trying to say at least with us, it's external and you can see what you're getting
exactly,
versus. Okay,
yes.
well, here's where you're wrong, Grandma. With men, right? Men have to provide far more value than just sexuality. Your main agency is sexuality. Our main agency is many different things: provisioning, protection, status. Like, men provide value in other ways. Like, think about it. Women are in relationships with guys all the time in sexless marriages. How is that happen? The guy's not getting what he wants, but the woman's still getting a bunch of the things that she wants. Why do you put men in the friend zone? Because you're able to get the friendship energy, the masculine energy, without fucking. So men have to provide value in a relationship, and the value we provide is multifaceted. The value you guys provide is single-faceted. It's typically sexual. And if you're not giving sex, you're effectively useless.
Sex is just the most liquid asset that
it's the only asset you guys have.
But like, sex is so easy to get anyway. Why does that even matter?
No, that's where you're wrong. It's actually not that easy to get. That's a common fallacy by women.
It's not easy to get sex. I
no,
mean,
it's not. Most guys are virgins nowadays.
Do you know how choice? Literally, and like a guy will fuck anything, and a girl like can choose who she wants to fuck.
Think of it this way: she is a porn actress, right? And she does OnlyFans. And these are billion-dollar industries. Do you think these industries would be as profitable and lucrative if men were getting laid as easy as you thought it was?
Good point.
Exactly. They don't get laid as easy as us. Oh.
I mean, it maybe depends where you are and your exposure. Like a lot of these guys are just home and they're not really making an effort. You know what I mean? They're just home, like
Okay,
jerking
so we're
off.
getting
I don't
somewhere.
know.
They're not making an effort. Do you think a guy that's not making an effort, it would be easier for him to get laid?
Yes, of course. It's easy to get laid. It just costs a little bit of money, maybe, or just go out and like go on. Just is maybe with a, to
So
get.
just get on a dating app and get a girl? Is that easy?
I think so. Yeah, I think you just buy them dinner and this and that. And take her. Maybe you have to
Buy
spend a
'em
little
dinner.
bit of money. You might have
Dinner.
spent some
All right,
extra
ladies,
money.
how many of you
depending on
guys been on a date with a guy, a dinner date, and you didn't fuck him after?
I no.
Every single one of y'all?
The fuck no.
Yeah?
No. No, I didn't. I would not fuck a guy after a dinner date.
No, I'm saying how many of you been on a dinner date with a guy and you did not have sex with him?
Oh, yeah,
Probably
like,
every
yeah.
single one of you, right?
Yeah, but these are like hot chicks. Like I'm talking about regular girls, maybe, or like the ones that are also thirsty that are not getting dick,
Well,
also. And
I'll
then
be honest
there's
with you, hot
there's
is
people.
no, but
Subjective.
yeah, hot no, but even average girls are cleaning up, getting dudes to go on dates with them for dinner and not.
There's
fucking.
working girls out there that will give up. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, there's.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I got a buddy of mine, right? Successful guy here in Miami. And he found out his girlfriend of 10 years was a sugar baby. Now, mind you, he didn't know because he's not on these websites. But he does know is every time he's in a new city, he goes on the website to find if his girl or girls in the area are doing sugar dating. Which tells me that the current marketplace is a paper play system. Now, obviously speaking, women lie. They won't say what they're doing. But imagine you're selling purity to a guy, and he's saying, you know what, I'll wife you up, but then you're. So this is why most men will argue and say, you know what, why wife you up? I guess fuck you, have fun, and never wife you.
Facts.
So what's the point?
Yeah.
And then from your point of view, the guys that you talk about are in the club. They got money, poly status, maybe a table. That's different than regular guys on the street. Way different.
You fucking girls?
You said what?
Is it easy
He's got a
get
girl.
laid?
He's got a girl.
Oh,
I got a
well,
woman.
before you had a girl.
You said before I had a girl?
Yeah, it was easy.
Hell yeah, it's easy to fuck up.
See, there you go.
But hold on. He's a magician with clout and status. That's not the same thing as a regular guy.
Yeah, regular
Okay,
guys.
before
Okay,
you
but
were a
a guy will fuck
magician,
anything.
before you were, did you have game? Did you be able to talk to girls and get laid?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, yeah, I had game.
Okay, he had game. He got it.
But is he the average guy though?
What's the average guy? Either you
why.
gotta have money, you gotta have game, or you gotta have looks. You gotta have
We're
one
not
average
born
guy.
guys when you
we're
don't
not
have
born
any
with
of
that
those.
stuff. We have to create that
Bro,
ourselves.
her answer in itself proves the
Yeah,
point. She
yeah.
said, "What is an average guy?"
She don't understand.
She doesn't even look. I've always said privilege is invisible to those that have it. Like women don't understand how difficult it is for the male experience because you guys live life on easy mode. You said it yourself. You bragged. I never had to approach a guy. You said that at the top of the show. They just come to me. We don't get that privilege. Like we have to go up to the girl, get rejected thousands of times, and then eventually maybe we figure it out. I'm sorry.
Of course, you're going to get rejected the way how you talk. As a woman, of course.
He means
I'm
in
like,
general.
Do you talk like that when you meet girls? Like, I'm just curious. Like, does it
Obviously
work?
not.
When you
Me
say it
personally,
all?
yes.
When you
Me
say-
personally, yes.
Do you tell them they have to obey
like
you?
that
Like, when you
Yes.
shit,
first
bro.
meet
of
them?
course.
Yes, because
Is that working for you?
No, of course not.
Oh my
No,
God,
it doesn't-
Romeo, I love you.
Look, let's again.
This is
This isn't about me. The point I'm trying to make is that
At home attacks.
yeah, it's just
I mean, Myron was
incredible.
right. They are stupid.
Yeah, like you guys you're missing the general concept. What I'm saying is that in general, the male experience, men have to go out there and talk to girls, and we get rejected a lot.
Facts.
You guys, on the other hand, don't get rejected almost ever. So for you have a very skewed perception of what it's like on the other side. Now, here's the thing. One of my controversial takes, I don't think I have empathy. I actually think you guys lack empathy, and I'll explain what I mean by this. Empathy is the ability to identify with someone's experience in their own shoes. Sympathy is being able to feel sorry for someone. I think you guys have sympathy, but you guys completely lack empathy. Like when I say things like, it's hard for men to get laid, or it's very difficult for men to get attraction to women, and you look at me like I'm crazy, like, that's not true. That means you lack empathy, because unlike women, right, men have to understand women. We have to know what you guys like. We have to be attractive. We have to be dominant. We have to plan a date. We have to have our apartment set up in a certain way. So when we bring you back, you want to have sex with us. You guys don't have to understand us to attract us, but we have to understand you to attract you. And if we don't understand you, you curve us, right? So we have to figure this out. It's do or die. But for you guys, like you said before, bragging, men come up to me. That doesn't happen to anybody. Only maybe the top 1% of men that are celebrities like a Justin Bieber or Chris Brown, women might come up to them. But that's because they built an enormous amount of status, an enormous amount of money, and they're at the top 1%. But most men rarely, if ever, get approached by women, even attractive guys.
That's very true. Yeah.
I agree with you, though. I'm not disagreeing with you because I just said at the beginning about it's a man's job to court. So that means the guy usually
Yeah,
should
but I'm
be the
saying
one
my
to go
counter
up to
argument.
girls.
My counter argument to that is most women are not worthy of being courted
At all.
at
But
all
how do you know until you talk with them?
because the majority of women are. And I know this for a fact.
You can see
But
right away.
isn't that like a negative way to approach things? Like, how are you ever, if you already have that in your mind, then...
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let's say you went to school, right? Let's say you did become a doctor, right? You went to med school, you followed what your parents told you to do, and you busted your ass, and you went through med school, and you became you did your residency and everything, and by the time you get out of school, you're 35 years old, right? You're making $500,000 a year, you're an anesthesiologist, right? And you meet somebody, right? You meet, let's say, a nurse, right? And you're dating them and everything else like that. But then you find out, like, they have some personality traits that you don't like, and it kind of puts your profession at risk. Would you continue to see them?
Well, I think nurses are crazy.
It's a male nurse.
Male nurse?
I'm asking her.
I mean, there has to be more to this question. I that's not a simple, like, I need more information.
You
I
could
can't
lose your
really-
job.
Yeah. You guys, you spent all this
dating.
time building up your status and your wealth and everything, and you're seeing this nurse, and he's like, "Hey, it puts you in a weird spot. You could lose your license hanging out with this individual. He's doing drugs, partying all the time. Would you continue to see that individual?
Maybe not.
Why
Maybe
not?
Well, if they're jeopardizing, my stability, like my income, my job, and there's a possibility there that it's like a downfall by being with them, and it's going to be something negative in my life, then I wouldn't want to pursue that.
Understandable.
Good. That's exactly how men feel with women.
Well, I
Once
agree
guys
with
reach
you.
a certain level,
yeah, I agree with you.
If I bust my ass to get to a certain level, why am I going to subject myself to dealing with a woman that doesn't obey me? Why am I going to subject myself to a
obey,
woman?
that's a whole nother topic.
There we
I
go.
mean, I'm agreeing with you, but till the obey word comes, and it's